Let's say it's been decided that a sale to an employee ownership trust, EOT, is a feasible, desirable solution, the valuation is reasonable, and you decide to go ahead. What happens next? An effective project team comprising the selected advisors, the sellers, and representatives of the company will ensure the process runs smoothly. Who are these advisors? Having an employee ownership specialist on board can save you time and money. The specialist will project manage the process, minimising distraction, allowing you to focus on keeping the business running. They will do much of the spade work, ensuring the lawyers and accountants can focus on their contributions. The specialist will have executed many of these transactions and will help you make the right decisions to achieve the best outcome. They will also be well placed to make sure the communication with employees and other stakeholders delivers the right message. The accountant will confirm the valuation, submit the clearance application to HMRC, and structure the repayment schedule. Obtaining good legal advice is critical to the deal, and Scotland is fortunate to offer a choice of lawyers who are expert at the implementation of EOTs. It is usual for the lawyer to act for the company or the trust, and the sellers are advised to seek their own advice. The EOT transaction is very much a collaborative deal with parties working towards the same goals. The relationship manager at the bank is not usually an active member of the project team, but it is wise to keep them informed of the plans in progress. There is likely to be some housekeeping required of banking facilities, such as overdraft agreements, invoice financing arrangements, personal guarantees, etc., and you will want to attend to that early in the process. It's good practice for the trust to have its own bank account, and that can take a bit of time to set up. Now you have your team in place, a good first step is to have the project launch meeting. This brings the advisors together, explains the desired outcomes, allocates tasks, and sets the milestones which will focus everyone on achieving the target completion date. The first stage will involve confirming the valuation and scoping out the funding options. If the valuation falls short of the seller's expectations, then there might have to be some rethinking of the process. Once there is a satisfactory valuation and funding mechanism, the lawyers can get on with crafting the share purchase agreement. This is a contract between the sellers and the trust, setting out the terms of the deal. In tandem with this, the employee ownership specialist, the sellers, the company and the lawyers will begin to work on the deed of trust to implement the EOT. There are a number of choices to be made. What's the purpose of the trust? Who will the trustees be? How will the trustees be appointed and removed? What decisions must be reserved for trust approval? Your employee ownership specialist will provide guidance. The company's articles of association often need to be reviewed in light of the change in company structure. Once these documents are in near final draft form, we are ready to submit the clearance application to HMRC. This gives reassurance to you as a seller that the transaction meets the requirements and is eligible for the tax relief. When and how do you involve employees? There's no one answer to this. It depends very much on the size and shape of the business. Generally, it's good to inform employees as soon as is possible, once a decision is made and the route ahead is clear. You want to take people with you on the journey, and it's good to get some employee input into the transaction. However, I would counsel against going to employees too soon and risk raising hopes when the seller is still appraising other options. Once employees are aware of the plans, regular updates will keep them informed and on board with the process. This can be a mix of face-to-face meetings, virtual communications and written explanations, all designed to allay any concerns and maximise employee appetite for the EOT. There may also be other stakeholders who should be informed of the company's plans, for example, key customers and suppliers. Your employee ownership specialist will help compose the appropriate messaging. A move to employee ownership is viewed as a positive one for a company and presents a perfect opportunity for PR. Many companies report that they enjoy a real uplift in interest once the news hits the press, and this can translate to an increase in business and improve the company's profile as an employer. It's good news all round.